in 1984, and he obtained his master's and doctoral degree from prestigious institute IER in New Delhi in 1986 and 1999 respectively. Dr. Gupta completed his postdoctoral research at the Federal Agricultural Research Center, Germany, along with DART Fellowship. He started his professional career as an agronomist with Fertilizer Association of India, New Delhi. Later, he joined as assistant professor, Rajasthan Agriculture University. Out of 30 years of service career, he served as a teacher, researcher, and administrator. He has contributed significantly to restructure and modify the course content on most of the courses of the discipline of agronomy. He has more than 80 research papers and 4 dozen articles in reputed international and national journals and magazines. Also, he has delivered more than 200 television and radio talks to aware farmers. He handled several projects like KVK Raftar, NAHEP. Besides this, he gave his remarkable contribution to improve infrastructure as well as education in agriculture sector. With this brief introduction, now I would like to request to our respected Dean and Faculty Chairman, Dr. A.K. Gupta, sir. Dear participants, rarely get this kind of an opportunity to listen to the word of such great personality like Dr. A.K. Gupta, sir. So let us have privilege to the listening to the message of sir. I invite to Dr. A.K. Gupta, sir, address gathering. Sir.
Thank you, ma'am, for your generous introduction.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon to all the participants. You know, agriculture is the best profession, I tell you. In ancient times, Uttam Kheti, Madhyam Ban, Adham Chakri, Bhik Nidan means agriculture was the best profession in ancient times, and during COVID times, it has been rated the best occupation. You are fortunate enough to have been associated with agriculture in one or the other way. When we talk about the career opportunities, there are so many opportunities and unexplored chances in agriculture sector where one can shape his fortune. When we talk about career, career means a chosen pursuit, a profession or occupation. Some people have defined career is a life work chosen by a person to use personal talent, provide some service or goods, earn money, and contribute to the society. Careers are those, the particular occupation for which you are trained. So, agriculture, you know, is the backbone of Indian economy. It provides us all the essential items required for living. For example, food. Agriculture provides us cereals, millets, pulses, oilseeds, fruits, vegetables, flowers, mushroom, condiments and spices, feed and fodder for the animals, fiber, fuel, medicine for pharmaceuticals, dyes, eggs, meat, hide, hair, milk, shelter, fish and forest products, and so on. So it ensures food security, nutritional security. It provides employment and income. When we became independent, agriculture sector contributed almost 50% to the gross domestic product of the country, and it employed more than 70% of the population of this country. But now agriculture employs almost 45% of the total population, and the contribution to the GDP is of the order of 16%. If we talk about the contribution to gross value added, agriculture sector accounts for almost 31 lakh crore or 19% in the year 2018-19, and now it's estimated to be around 40 lakh crores to the GVA. It provides raw material, so it has forward and backward linkages with the industry, and it supplies raw material to so many industries like atta mill, dal mill, sugar mill, textile, and so on. It provides export potential, and it's a good source of foreign exchange. Uh, a rough estimate tells that agriculture sector contributes to us 10.5% of our export earnings. Then if we talk in terms of money, we export of the order of 2.97 billion US dollar, which has now exceeded $3 billion in the current year. It purifies and preserves our ecosystem. So there are so many agriculture production systems recognized in the country. For example, crop-based cropping system, livestock-based cropping system, tree production system, fish production system, fruit production system, plantation crops, apiculture, sericulture, and you all know about it. It's just to recapitulate. If we talk about the cropping pattern, we are in India contribute about 51% of the total cultivated area to cereals and millets. Pulses account for 11%, oilseeds 15%, fiber 7%, fruit and vegetables 5%, sugar 3%, and so on. The country has witnessed radical change in agricultural scenario. Most of you are aware that we didn't have enough food grain in the early 1960s, and we had heavily dependent on the imported food. But after heralding the Green Revolution in 1966-67, the country has become progressively self-reliant, and not only self-reliant, but now we have become net exporter of food grain. If you look at the data, in the year 1951-52, when the first 5-year plan started, we produced food grains of the order of 51 million tons, which has now exceeded 291 million tons in the year 2019-20. And this year, it has to be again a record year with regard to food grain production. Horticultural crops, we have seen 10 times growth, and the production of fruits and vegetables has now exceeded that of the food grains, and it is now estimated to be more than 320 million ton. With regard to white revolution, means milk production, we are on the top in the world and producing more than 184 million ton of milk. With regard to oilseed, India is the biggest producer and consumer of oil. So the oilseed production in the country is of the order of 34 million ton. In eggs also, we have made perceptible progress with regard to blue revolution or fish production. It has expanded more than 15 times in comparison to that in the year 1951. So we have become not only self-sufficient, but also exporter of the food commodity. Our crop production estimates reveal that last year, means in the year 2019-20, country produced record food grain production, and it was 292 million ton, and it may be more as the third advance estimate comes. The production of rice was more than 117 million ton, wheat, which we did not expect, more than 100 million ton. Now it is more than 106 million ton. Pulses 23. It was 25 2 years ago, but because our pulse production is heavily dependent on rainfall, its distribution, its onset, its March. So last year it was 23, but hopefully this year it will again be a record production. With regard to nutri-cereals, which impart us immunity and disease resistance, it was 45 million tons in the year 2019-20. Sugarcane, cotton, again good production. Then with regard to horticultural production in the year 2019-20, vegetables more than 90 million ton, fruits around 100 million ton, plantation crops and spices altogether accounted for more than 320 million tons. When we see our rank in World Food Basket, we are at the third position with regard to food grain production. We are on the top with regard to pulses and milk, and second with regard to horticultural produce and fish and so on. So our production scenario is quite satisfactory. If we look at the National Agriculture Research and Extension System, we are on the top side in the world. We have 74 agricultural universities, including 63 as the state agriculture universities. Deemed to be universities are 4, central agriculture universities are 3, and central universities with agriculture are 4. So altogether 74. ICAR institutes are more than 100. We have more than 700 Krishi Vigyan Kendra. So we have very good network of agriculture research, extension and education system. Our future thrust is on climate smart agriculture, because climate is changing as you are seeing the perceptible weather changes, shift in seasons and so on. Our post-harvest losses are quite considerable. We have to reduce them in order to have more income to the farmers. Our processing sector requires attention, value addition requires attention, then site-specific nutrient management means precision farming. We have to use as much as required and as little as possible. Then water availability is dwindling year after year, so we have to explore the less water requiring early maturing crops and such farming systems, because the society requires more of drinking water and the requirement for the society is increasing year by year. So that water has to be spared from the agriculture sector. Then integrated pest management, integrated weed management, integrated nutrient management, bioinformatics, integrated farming system. Yes, we have to work in an integrated way, not in isolation. Then organic farming, diversification of crops in order to save our natural resources are the focus area of current attention. Then genetic engineering, biotechnology measures, information communication technology, use of artificial intelligence, remote sensing like drones, robotics, Internet of Things are the new areas and emerging fields, recent trends that have to be kept in mind. Then these are the job opportunities available for our agriculture graduates. I have divided the opportunities into two parts. One is public sector, means government jobs, and the other is private sector. So public sector includes agriculture and horticulture departments of the state governments or the union government. Then agricultural universities are again absorber of our agriculture graduates as assistant agriculture officer or technical assistant or farm managers and so on. ICAR Institute, because we have the biggest network system of our research institutes or KVKs. So ICAR institutes are again best employers of the graduates. Then our banking sector, they require agriculture graduates as a rural finance officer or development officer or rural development officer. The designation may be different, but they have been good absorber of our agriculture graduates. Similarly, state farms located in different states, they absorb our agriculture graduates. Even military farms, they require agriculture graduates. National seed corporations or state seed corporations, or for example, Rajasthan State Seed Corporation, warehousing corporations are the public sector organizations that require agriculture graduates. On the other side, the private sector, including research concerns, means, for example, different seed producer companies or input producing companies like fertilizers or pesticide manufacturing, they require agriculture graduates for the sales and service. Then seed industry, fertilizer industry, pesticide industry, agriculture equipment manufacturers and service providers, they require agriculture graduate. Private universities are coming in the country to serve the farmers as well as to produce human resource development or human resource, they require our agriculture graduates. Even hotel industries or similar industries, they require agriculture graduates. Farmhouses, it has become a fashion of well-off people and they are employing agriculture graduates as at lucrative salaries. Then bioinformatics and specialists can also be employed by the private sector. Similarly, All India Radio or television, Defense Research Development Organization, even Indian Space Research Organization, they require agriculture graduates to limited extent. Then Department of Agriculture Cooperation and Farmers Welfare of the Union Government, they require agriculture graduates from time to time. State Seed Certification Agencies, Fertilizer Corporation of India, Food Corporation of India, different insurance companies, nursery sector, watershed soil conservation department, animal husbandry department, fishery department, forestry departments of the state government and central government, they require agriculture graduates. Similarly, the private sector has potential as farm reporters or news reporters. Then nursery sector, private banks, soil testing laboratories in government as well as private sector, they require agriculture graduates. Cold storage, then storage facilities, food supply chain system, poultry farms, grass farms, and turf lawn or terrace garden, they all require agriculture graduates. Then besides the job opportunities after graduation, our graduates have potential to go for the higher studies in different sectors. For example, Master of Science or Master of Agriculture in Agronomy, including agroforestry, weed science, agroastrology, and so on. Then PBG, Plant Breeding and Genetics, or Department of Genetics, Molecular Biology, Biotechnology, Horticulture. Somewhere, some universities offer postgraduate programs separately in pomology, olericulture, floriculture, landscaping, and so on. Then plant pathology, virology, bacteriology, entomology, nematology, soil science, agrometallurgy, biotechnology. These are different sciences in which postgraduate and PhD programs are available at different universities of the country. Then similarly, MSc programs are available in agricultural biochemistry or biochemistry, agricultural statistics, economics, livestock production and management, animal husbandry, information communication technology, and community science. Somewhere it is offered as extension education and so on. Then besides employment with the private or public sector, there are ample opportunities for self-employment or vis-a-vis agripreneurship. Then we have to transform our traditional agriculture to agribusiness sector in order to provide more job opportunities which had never been dreamt, as well as to improve the income of farmers. When we talk about agripreneurship, what do you mean by agripreneurship? It's a profitable marriage between agriculture and entrepreneurship. Agripreneurship is opposed to self-employment. For example, a farmer is rearing or a livestock producer or manager is rearing goats. Then it is, sorry for technical glitch. It's first. Let's go forward. ये थी next, 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 next. Excuse me. So when we talk about agripreneurship, it means it's not self-employment. It must have some innovativeness or creativeness. We may say entrepreneurship is a concept that encompasses transforming an idea or vision into new business or new venture creation, or the expansion of an existing business by an individual with some unique sales proposition. Entrepreneurs take opportunities and they accept risk and can quickly change business strategy to adapt to changing environment. They are often innovators. So creativeness is there. Then agripreneur, the main focus areas in agriculture in which lot requires to be done. And my young friends, young professionals, they have potential in Internet of Things, information communication technology, artificial intelligence in agriculture, processing and value addition sector, organic farming, agri-waste production or conversion of agri-waste into wealth, then farm retailing, agricultural biotechnology, supply chain management has a lot of scope, floriculture, plant protection, bioagents, biofertilizers, organic farming, ornamental aquaculture, and so on. So career examples in food products and processing system, it may require your services as agricultural sales representative or bioengineer or bacteriologist or produce buyers or storage supervisors and so on. Then food products and processing system, it has lot of potential where innovativeness and your creativeness can pay uh, good dividends. Then agriculture is scaling new heights by focusing on diversification, value addition, high-tech farming, precision and organic farming. Agriculture-based entrepreneurship or agripreneurship brings professionalism and commercialization in agriculture sector. Agripreneurs in food processing industry brings immense benefit to economy by raising agricultural yields, enhancing productivity, creating employment opportunities, and improving the standard of life. So many products are available in the market that requires processing, good packaging, value addition, and then distribution in the market. These are the nascent areas of agripreneurship development in India. You see so many fast foods are available, so many value-added products are available, so many soft drinks are available. So that possibility and potential needs to be explored. These again depends. So key to success is in your hands. So input management sector, that is again an area of agripreneurship development that requires to be tapped. Livestock, feed and fodder sector, machineries and equipment sector, agrochemicals, including fertilizers, pesticides, then development of agro infrastructure sector, transport and communication services. Some of the friends, they may be using some apps during Corona period to explore the possibility of transportation of food grains and different commodities from production site to the market. Some apps are available, for example, Kisan Suvidha app which is developed, and then Kisan Rath is available, Kisan Sabha app are available. So they provide transportation services. Then power and irrigation sector, cold chain infrastructures, then agro-based production system, high-yielding varieties of seed production, floriculture, horticulture, and so on. Then again, the new areas including agro-processing, fruit processing, jam, squash, canned fruits, sugarcane processed items, dairy products like curd, butter, milk, with some innovativeness and good packaging material. Then trade and others, contract farming, cooperative farming, retailing, storage, warehousing facilities, branding, so. Then other areas in agriculture science and technology include agroclimate studies, disaster management, input management, farm management, finance management, risk management, and agriculture marketing system. Risk management is an area in which lot has to be done, how we can minimize the risk involved in agriculture. So principles of smart agriculture have to be applied. Now, if you look at the sector-wise classification of food processing industry, these are different commodities and different products this side. For example, dairy, whole milk powder, skim powder, condensed milk, ice cream, butter, ghee, cheese, and so on. Fruits and vegetable, number of beverages, juice, concentrate, candies can be made. Then grains and cereal, flour, bakeries, starch, fishery sector, frozen and cane, meat and poultry, frozen, packed, mainly fresh form, egg powder. Then convenience food includes snacks, food, namkeens, biscuits, and so on. So in agriculture sector, the primary products are milled grains. Value-added products could be beverages, ready to eat or cook, ready to cook food. Then drink products, bakery products. From sugar, we can produce confectionery items, bakery items. Then edible oil means we can make its value-added products. From milk, we can produce milk powder and so on. So estimated share of major component of food processing industry in revenue generation means the share of food grain milling is 34%, followed by that of bread and bakery industry, followed by dairy products, then meat and poultry, then soft drinks, fish processing, alcoholic drink, and processed fruit and vegetable. If we look at the export share of various countries in world processed food market, our position is very miserable. We are just exporting 1% of our agriculture produce in comparison to more than 10% by the USA. A small country like Thailand is contributing almost 1.6 times that of India. Then export of agri and processed food products is on rise from our country, and that has to be strengthened in near future. For example, non-basmati rice, its value in international market is 20,903 crores. Then basmati rice, 32,806 crores. Then buffalo meat, pulses, wheat, so on. So we have good export potential. So the principle of integrated farming system has to be managed, has to be observed, particularly by the small and marginal farmers of the country in order to minimize the risk, employ the farm labor, means the family labor, and to ensure food security and nutritional security for the farm family. So integration means we offer a basket of option to the farmers in accordance with the resources available with them, and it is he to choose 2, 3, or 4 activities out of them which are suitable under his agroclimatic situation. Again, for example, farmer can go for piggery, for goatry, for duck farming, or dairy, or mushroom cultivation, fish cultivation if availability of water is there, then poultry, crop production, floriculture, and so on. Crop diversification is very important in order to maintain our soil health as well as NRM. Then conservation agriculture is the another sector in order to conserve our natural resources and reduce the energy consumption and improve farm income. Then nanotechnology, for example, transgenic plants, for example, nanofertilizers or nanobiotechnology or precision farming, these have to be exploited in near future. Then career examples in power structural and technical system. Our agriculture engineers can be employed machine operators, welders or mechanists, lab scientists, lab specialists, and so on. Then protected cultivation. Protected cultivation means you are taking high value, low volume crops under polyhouses or greenhouses or shade nets in off seasons also, and taking advantage of the market demand. Then vertical farming is the another field in hydroponics or aeroponics that requires very less soil, and it can be practiced even in cities where land is very costly. Then remote sensing means acquisition of information about a distant object without coming in physical contact with it. Applying the principles of remote sensing and geospatial techniques, we can explore new areas for the employment of our graduates and postgraduates. Then agriculture drones means we are employing the principles of artificial intelligence, IoT, and robotics in order to control the pest problems, in order to survey our resources, and in order to sprinkle water, particularly under a dry land situation. Then climate smart agriculture has to be adopted to take the advantage of our uh, changing climate and vagaries of weather. Natural resource system and career example in natural resource system, one can be employed as cartographers, one can be fish and game warden, mining technician, log graders, or rain scientists. Organic farming is another potential area in which our graduates and postgraduates can shape their career, that they can go to the farm families and they can pool their lands and encourage them for production of organic seed or organic vegetables, organic food production. Lot of interest of our consumer is increasing day by day, particularly after the COVID pandemic, that it is the food that can be taken as medicine. So our food imparts immunity to the people. Then precision farming, then fisheries sector, mushroom sector. Then what knowledge and skills are necessary to be a successful agripreneur, which sometimes we call graduate attributes, that one must have sound technical know-how, one must have professional skills, skilled communicator, logical thinking and problem solving attitude, curiosity and zeal for information technology, knowledge of safety, health and environment, leadership, teamwork and collaboration. Then one must have soft skills, for example, etiquettes, behavior, emotional development, career development and employability, and finally, ethics and legal know-how, legal knowledge is necessary to be a successful agripreneur. In urban and peri-urban areas, one can go for rooftop gardening. Then silviculture systems can be adopted. Vermicomposting can be taken. Urban vegetable farming in small areas. Then rooftop garden, different models of agriculture in urban area. Mushroom cultivation, or we may say landless cultivation of different species of mushroom. They have high amount of minerals, proteins, and other nutrients required for our body. They impart immunity, disease resistance. Then agripreneurship can employ different aspects of farming. Agriculture is scaling new heights day by day. Then our government efforts towards promoting agripreneurship are clearly visible from the incubation facilities established under different schemes. For example, RKVY Raftar scheme, in which agribusiness incubators have been established with different universities or ICR institutes. They provide technical and business mentoring to the young people or people without any formal education, in which they can nurture their ideas, and free mentorship is provided for 2 months or more than that, and they give them lot of confidence to become agripreneurs. Mudra loans are available. Then Stand Up India, SIDBI Bank, Make in India, Skill Up India. So under different schemes, one can get loan as well as grant in aid from different banks and other investment companies. Agrotourism is new field that can be adopted if the resources permit. So in conclusion, I would like to sum up that India is in the top countries with regard to production of cereals, livestock, milk, fruits and vegetables, but processing has to be done. So that processing sector requires a lot of technical manpower and agripreneurship attitude. India is among the world's major producers of food products and food processing industries. It can be a key in boosting the economic growth of the country. Then good investment opportunities exist in areas of food processing industries like fruit, vegetable processing, meat, fish, poultry products. And agripreneurship should play a key role in revamping Indian agro-based sectors. And this is how we can become Atmanirbhar Bharat. So thank you very much, and I would request the organizing team to kindly invite questions or any queries or any comments from the audience side. I am happy to note that scholars from different agriculture universities, namely namely Cuttack Agriculture University, Bihar Agriculture University, SKN Agriculture University, Indira Gandhi Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, Raipur, Swami Keshwanand Rajasthan Agriculture University, College of Agriculture Akola, GKVK Bangalore, Department of Entomology, Bundelkhand University, and NRM COF Navsari. I am thankful to the participants for their keen interest, and your suggestions or comment will in long run pave for the way for improvement in the subject matter. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. There are so many questions, but due to time limit, we can take some of question. First question is from Mr. Saurabh Agrawal. He asked, sir, any job opportunities for MSc Agriculture Economics student? He asked, sir, Saurabh Agrawal asked question, any job opportunities for MSc Agriculture Economics student?
Yeah, Mr. Agrawal, agricultural economists have a lot of job opportunities as an agricultural scientist or assistant professor, or you have the chance to become a successful agripreneur. You can apply the principles of farm management. You can lead the way for our farming community, and you can shape your own future. So, a lot of opportunities exist in self-employment as well as in government sector.
Sir, another one question is, sir, it is well evident from your presentation that we are lagging behind than other countries, even than some developing countries like India in food processing sector. In your opinion, how we can overcome the scenario of underdeveloped food processing sector in India?
That's a very nice question. There is a need to go in a massive way for agro processing. Our government policies are encouraging, and we look forward towards the PPP mode. Means our private sector should also come forward for the agro processing sector. Our households can also start some processing at as cottage industry and at rural production sites.
Sir, another question is that if we grow aloe vera and ashwagandha like medicinal crop at a large area, then where we can sell them that product, because locally it's not available like a vegetable and fruit. That's why.
Yeah, it's there. Sometimes we don't find market in our surrounding, but government is promoting that some new bill in the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha have come, and that is meant for this purpose that farmer can sell his produce trans state boundary, and one can search on Google that who are the buyers of such products or such commodities, then one can find the buyers and go for even export of such products.
That's all, sir. Uh, Thank you very much, sir, for your motivating by sharing your knowledge and vast experience with us. Definitely, here everyone is enjoying your presence for delivering such a inspiring speech, for giving motivation to our participants. We really appreciate you taking out time for us for your busy schedule. It's always been our pleasure to have you with us, and we look forward to seeing you again for upcoming events. And I also express my heartiest thank you to IDP NAHEP team and all participants for your wonderful corporations and support. Your support make this event a memorable day for us. Thank you once again, all of you.
Thank you all.